Hi guys, it's me again. I know I might have a familiar face. I used to be here on YouTube. I had a couple of videos up. Honestly, I know that as much as you want to see what I used to film before, unfortunately, I have deleted a lot of what I used to do because I just felt like that did not reflect the journey that I am now. I know it could have been a huge mistake, but I did it, and I went AWOL. So it's been a whole year, and I'm actually kind of uncomfortable now being in front of the camera again. I think it's to do with the fact that I don't have much to say. I feel like I haven't been able to kind of enter to a new thing. I can't even explain it. Um, but I could really tell you guys that I've been doing better. So that's good. I've been able to get out of that comfort zone, getting out of that nutshell. Uh, well, because for those that don't know, I went through a really devastating episode. Well, I think it's always happens once a year. I feel like I have my midlife crisis every year, but oh well. Um, but last year it was more to do with my marriage. So many of you guys knew that I've been recently wedded. Yay, yay me! So something that I never thought I would be able to do. Not because I don't think I was ready. It's just because I didn't think I would be able to kind of commit. And don't get me wrong, not that I have a problem being faithful. It's just that it's a problem with knowing how to become so vulnerable in a relationship. You know what I mean? When you give your all to a person and you just don't know if it's that their all is given to you. So I had previous relationships that just did not work, and I'm so glad that it didn't work, honestly. For those people that feel like right now in a breakup and they're like, oh, I don't know if I can get over it, you will. You'll get over it, and you will be very thankful for letting those people go, because the ones that cannot accept or love you for who you are, they will never love you and accept you down, like, the years to come. So if you're with a person for 5 years and they still, can't understand why you are the way you are, they will never understand who you're going to be or who you are meant to be. And that is totally okay. But the reason why beforehand I had an issue was because the person who I thought would love me and take care of me and would never, never leave me would be my own husband. Now, I'm not telling you that he didn't come back, because we're back together. Honestly, there's things that we had to make it work, because that's what love and commitment's all about. But I know that in the previous videos that I've done, it was really the moment that I was going through it. It was crude, it was real, it was not edited, because when you know that I don't like editing my videos, this is how I am, right? So uh, it was just real. So there was, I think I broke down in the middle of one of the videos, but I had to delete that because I knew that I was going through a point of pain instead of actually going through a process. Realizing that it's not the person who had the problem, it was me. And I know it sounds, I know a lot of you, and it's fine. You can comment below of what you guys think of what I believe in. But I feel like when there's a process of like separation or a breakup, you really get in tune to who you are. And in moments of breakage, or when it's time for healing, you finally realize what kind of person you become in those how you say it, in that time span, because it really, really means that you have to get down and dirty and get to know who you are, and I know that becomes uncomfortable. That becomes something that nobody wants to deal with because honestly, who wants to know that they have low self-esteem? Who wants to know that they weren't financially stable? Who wants to know that uh you know that that you really don't have what you should have had before being in a relationship. And I've been reading a lot, like, because those knows a lot of people know that I'm a book savvy, so I love, love, love getting getting a lot of knowledge. I love finding out different resources, different people. Number one that I always recommend my girlfriends and my mom is Tony Gaskins. He is a phenomenal teacher. If you guys don't know who he is, I'm going to try putting a link down below of his books. And he is a man I could totally tell you really has so much focus and so much passion when it comes into relationships. And I not even being able to speak with him one on one because that's like my dream. Um, just the fact that he has an Instagram where he posts all the things that he tells women, how to appreciate yourself, how to appreciate being single, how to appreciate when you're married, when you're engaged. You know what I mean? You have to finally realize that just because you have entered into marriage doesn't mean that that person will fulfill your every need. Remember, your happiness comes from you first, and that's what I learned in that process when me and my husband and I separated. I was left to a point where I said, "Will I ever be able to love again? Can I forgive the situation? Can I overcome it?" And honestly, girls, women, men, whoever's watching this, you will be able to overcome it because you start realizing the the deep value that you have for yourself. You start understanding what did I do? What did I let go? Was this person became my idol? Was this person my main support financially? Was this person really the center of my universe when reality should have been me? Now, I don't want you to misinterpret that I'm saying to become selfish in a relationship. What I'm saying is that ultimately, you know, for a relationship to work out, you need to know who you are first and what you want, because what you will display is what people will give back, will reciprocate. And if you respect yourself with everything, that person that walks away, in this case it was my husband, he could even say that he had the right to leave. He had the right to leave. I had the right to back away, everything. But when we finally realized in his area and my area was that we needed to know who we were, and we kind of rushed things, and then we finally realized that rushing effect became a snowball effect, and it just went downhill. And finally, when we finally got back together, we had to make a determination of letting our guard down. And I feel like that's what happens to a lot of relationships, not only marriages, relationships, that guard is always up, and it's just like, you did it, and then you're like back and forth, and that won't solve anything. When you finally get to know who you are and respect who you are, you will learn to forgive. You'll be able to love freely and be able to unwind and develop beautiful feelings how it should have been intended from the beginning in a relationship. Well, anyways, the only reason I kind of give you guys that update was because I felt like it's the time. Like, I feel like now it's my time to kind of speak to people about how, I was able to get out of there. How was my marriage restored? How was the trust and bond continuing to be restored? How healing was a huge process where loving yourself is a daily, you have to give yourself a daily dose of love. Having this full conviction of knowing that I don't really have to believe what he says, or what I say to him. It's really about what I choose and your freedom, the freedom in your relationship. You're not caged. I hate that. I hate the analogy when people say, "Oh, you cuffed." No, I'm completely free in my relationship because I'm free to love. I'm free to give what belongs, like what really has been given to me. I can freely give it. You know what I mean? So it has to be a choice of liberty. But anyways, I hope you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from, and if there's any questions, you can put them down below. You don't have to subscribe, you don't have to all that things. But this is personally a blog for myself to look upon afterwards. But yeah, thanks again, guys. I'll post another video maybe shortly. I don't even know how to explain it. But anyways, thanks again. I'll see you.